Good morning everyone, welcome back to the Two-Headed Wolf gaming channel as we're playing Napoleon Total War. And today what we have in plan is to take the Balearic Isles. We have a fleet here which will be very useful in transporting our troops over. So we're just gonna bring them closer while still raiding their trade routes. And with that in mind, let's see, how is our situation with the rest of the army? Well, it's pretty bad. We don't have a lot of replenishment rates here. This gentleman, we want to move him down here. Did we manage to do it? Yes. Good. Spain has a few more soldiers here, which will be probably a bit annoying, in the sense that they will move around the map, they will try to destroy some of our buildings most likely. We will have to see. But after that we're just going to start moving north. We're gonna take more of France, we're gonna take Provence first of all. And pretty much that would be it, I feel. There's another construction site here where we could throw in some buildings. Another port. And I feel like that's pretty much for this turn. Let's end it. I would like to recruit a secondary army. If we can bring a secondary army and push it towards France, and even protect ourselves from rebels, then we will be good. Yeah, as you can see, enemy raiders for the equestrian estate. Tax office has been constructed in Pamplona. Yeah, we keep moving this army forward. Very good replenishment in the area of Madrid. It's quite nice to see it. We could even go to the next level, because it does bring us 3000 gold per turn. We could upgrade the building. Here we're not doing that great. But let's try to recruit a secondary army. And bring in this general. Okay. We have 2600 left. Oh, this is not ours. I thought that this is a place where we could construct some stuff, but it doesn't seem like so. Let's go to the next level of this building as well. I wonder, like, if I put them in the city, will we get more replenishment? No. It's pretty much the replenishment of the region. And I feel like constructing another tradesman could be useful. Let's construct it here. Let's get as much ivory as we can. We have our gentleman that keeps moving south. I keep forgetting to move the spy. But don't worry, when we'll jump into Shogun, we won't forget to use our troops there. Yeah, now they've raided the classical university. We've upgraded our classical university in Oxford. And let's see, elections, what has been happening? Well, most of them, the hustling are over. Following a free and fair election, the current cabinet has regained control of the government. The right honorable opposition will remain so, at least until next time. So nothing changed. Mostly because these weren't that great. unimpaired and a bit of a banker. Okay, at least the banker adds something to this military. The head of government, not that great, and the monarchy is poor. Yeah, there's not much that we can see there as far as prestige goes. We are behind on everything. Naval, this is more on the research. Yeah, we're backwards with all of our technologies. We suffered a lot early on. But what can you do? You live and you learn. Here, if I go to the next level, we're gonna get 5% in replenishment and extra movement. I am going to be investing some of that money there. And is there anything else that I want to do in here? Probably a market. Let's have London grow as much as possible. Now we're bringing in the army from Madrid and we're gonna embark them. Okay, let's use all of them, put them in the ship. Then we're gonna take the navy here. What happened this? Stupid nephew, +1 morale to battle. Sadly, his mother, while big with the boy, was frightened by a particularly ignorant horse. Who gained it? Was it the army itself? Probably. Oh, they do have some sort of army in here. Stupid nephew, yeah. -1 command in land battles, +1 morale in battles. Okay. We can't move them this turn to get the trade routes. Let's see. We'll try at least a tiny bit of pirating. With the spy, let's see, 32% chance to kill this guy. We weren't able to. Let me lower the volume just a second. Only for me. With these ones, we're slowly replenishing. Nothing more to see. End the turn. Okay, division of labor has happened. This nation has made a major advance in their manufacturing technology, placing them one step ahead of their rivals for the time being at least. The division of labor creates a more skilled and organized workforce by making workers specialize in only one task. As a society develops, its capabilities and needs grow. By dividing work into tasks and allocating these to specific workers, a manufacturing owner can develop a more effective workforce. As workers specialize in their tasks, they will become faster and find ways of improving their work. This knowledge can be passed on to future workers. This results in an increase of each building's economic output. Scottish philosopher Adam Smith, who lived between 1723 and 1790, was a champion of the division of labor. He argued that any rate of production would be dramatically increased within industry if work was divided effectively. In his book, The Wealth of Nations, he called for a public education system to be put in place to teach workers the fine points of their crafts, if not much else. American author and naturalist Henry David Thoreau, who lived between 1870 and 1862, later criticized this idea in his written book, Walden. Thoreau's thought specialization was at the expense of traditional skills, such as farming and house building, which were needed for true independent living. Well, that makes sense. Huh. Taxidermist. A gentleman just got himself a taxidermist. -1 to research. It's my experience, sir, that there are many gentlemen who would benefit from good stuffing. Well, you take the good with the bad, I guess. Over on this side, let's see. Where are we going next? We're gonna take 2 cannons and 4 light infantries. With this guy, I want us to attack this palace. And they have just militia. How disappointing. I really thought that we would have a good battle there, but fighting militia is not good. I think it's going to be super important now. This is a cool way to show nation destroyed. Yeah, let's exempt them from taxes for a bit. Navy, naval recruitment. Do we have this 106 ship? Is it here? No, this is not a huge shipyard. Curious. I feel like I am going to try the Darth mod before the next campaign. I don't know why, but I thought this vanilla version was a lot more difficult. I'm not sure if the campaign is more difficult, maybe that's what it is. But right now I feel slightly underwhelmed about most of the armies. Okay, so our spy was executed. Let's try to get this other spy from Catalonia, who is an assassin as well. And I'm going to bring him on this side. As on the research tree, we have divisional labor. We're going for poverty control laws, which will unlock the next level of industries. And what have we unlocked? We haven't unlocked anything here. We just made 3 extra wealth generated by old buildings, and we're gonna get extra repression now from poverty control laws. Okay. Well, with the rest of the money, I guess we could go with the next level of cannon foundry. Another gentleman. Okay, what are you good at? You are a manufactory owner. So if I take you here and we embark you, because I didn't think about it last time, but we could use this navy to bring you in 2 turns here in the south. Instead of taking this guy in, what, he has like 3 more turns? Could have been smart. Okay, another trade ship in the Mediterranean Sea. So we're gonna take this ship and we're gonna put it on ivory, getting even more. Make sure that we have enough ivory to do what, like piano keyboards. Piano keys, not keyboards. The weird usage of ivory. And let's see, over here, this area is unprotected. Is there anything that's, you know, well made here, well protected? 1300, 1800 on this side. Yeah, let's just end another turn. Now, if France will not put up a good fight, I am hoping that maybe we can provoke, or that we can provoke, you know, the Prussia into a big war. The Valor mutiny. The sons of Tipu Sultan, the former ruler of Mysore, recently instigated a rebellion of the the Sepoy against the British East India Company at Vellore in South India. Although lasting for only one day, the mutineers caused 200 British casualties. Dissent among the Sepoys has increased following changes of their dress code banning facial hair and Hindu markings, and reached dangerous levels since several Sepoys were brutally punished for flaunting the new rules. Under the pretext of attending the wedding of a daughter of the late Tipu Sultan, the plotters gathered at the fort in early July. In the dead of the night, the fort was surrounded by the mutineers and the mutineers began killing its European inhabitants. By dawn, the fort was under their control, and the Hidr, the second son of Tipu Sultan, was declared king of Mysore. The mutiny came to an end when, alerted by an escape officer, the Madras cavalry arrived from Arcot and gained access through the insufficiently secured gates at the front of the fort. What followed was a slaughter, with almost 700 rebel casualties by the end of the day. In the aftermath of the mutiny, the governor of Madras was replaced. The East India Company no longer interfered with religious customs of his soldiers, and the practice of flogging sepoys was totally abolished. Okay, well, you could say that some dude came up with that, but yeah. History, if nothing else, is brutal. But the interesting thing, like, if you want to look at it as an interesting thing, is that it has always been brutal. I don't know, somehow I feel very weird when I hear people today, you know, complaining about, or not complaining, but looking very differently at the events. I don't know, somehow expecting some things to be normal. Things like, I don't know, world peace and human rights and things like that, when it's very difficult to obtain all of them, and throughout history that has not been a reality. History is brutal, as I said. And I feel like we're living decent times, better than ever. And there's still a lot of work to be done, and we now have new challenges like pollution and, you know, things like that, which, in a sense, we have good information. In other sense, even the information that we have is not perfect. So you don't know exactly where to look for answers. And so I feel like at the end of the day, everybody is doing their best, even with the current situation, like the current health situation. In some places it has gotten better, in others it didn't. But I feel like everybody is just trying their best to do what they think is best. And sometimes it might be the best decision, other times not. Let's see, how did the poverty control laws get implemented? These laws help control any poverty problems by making being poor and destitute a crime. What? Really? In order to properly aid and control the poor, a distinction must be made between the genuinely needy and the merely bone idle and feckless. These vagrants prey on handouts meant for deserving locals, but suitable persuasion, such as a sound beating or prison, moves them on. Such stricture will also illustrate the advantage of honest work and acts of deterrent to anyone else looking to evade their duty of work. The feckless, being made to work, can add the productivity of a region. Historically, in many countries, poor relief was closely regulated. The poor were impotent, able-bodied, or idle. Local government, being sensitive to the local needs, distinguished between each type and also decided on who needed moving on to another locale. Whereas the infirm and elderly could not earn a living wage, there were some who were happy to leech off the goodwill of charitable parishes. For the able-bodied who couldn't find work, there was also the workhouse. These institutions were made deliberately unpleasant to discourage the poor from viewing them as an alternative to finding work for themselves. Huh. Interesting. So this is a bit of a progress, and as you could hear from this entire description here, it's not a perfect law. And this type of law, I guess, it would it would last into modern times as well. At least for Romania, during communism, if the, I guess, the special police would find you on the street, they late at night, they would ask you for your papers and what you were doing, and if you were not doing anything, if you're not unemployed, or if you were a bit more free, I guess, they would take you and send you to work. Like you didn't have really a choice on what to do. Which is like, there's a case to be made about forced labor in the grand scheme of things, right? Like if you are taking a look at the entire, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're thinking about the entire community and you're like, it's not fair for someone to, live off our taxes, there's a case to be there. Doesn't necessarily mean it's the right choice, but it can be a bit, it could help, I guess, the community if everybody worked. Anyway, let's get back to the game. And we have here a prime minister. Now he has a dilettante, and we get +1 to diplomatic relation and +1 to trade per turn to town wealth in all regions. So it increases our economy. Right now I'm going to take these ships back south. We're gonna use this army to take Marseille. If I ask them to surrender, nothing happens. So we have a cantonment, which we can repair. There's a possibility of adding a trade port in here. Is there any army in this area? Not really. We have Austria on our borders, and we can start moving north. Like I could take this army and even unite in Paris in 2 turns. We will have almost 3 armies attacking. Okay. And we're bringing the ships home. With this guy, I am taking him into the university in 2 turns. It will take 1 more turn to bring this gentleman over. And this should boost our economy in the area. Since we have gone through our cash, let's improve the roads. Right, Madrid needs good roads, if nothing else. I have to say that roads in Spain, they've really done a good job with the European Union money, as far as I could see. Prussia has gained the most strength here. Looking forward to taking them down, to be honest. I cannot do any more trade here. The abolition of slavery is very close. Let's end the turn. No, it's the trade union, not the abolition of slavery. The working classes often have to fight for their rights, sometimes even the right to earn enough to live. Once the ideas of revolution, liberty and equality are mooted, the poor and the downtrodden will want to know why these concepts do not apply equally to them. The growth of combinations and workers and organization is inevitable in societies where poverty can mean more than just low pay, but starvation. Trade unions give workers the ability to negotiate with employers from a position of strength. The individuals can be dismissed, but not the whole workforce. Trade unions improve the happiness of the lower classes and enable the construction of higher level law courts. Historically, trade unions were declared illegally and widely feared by the landed and moneyed classes in the most societies. The idea that the poor would dare to ask for more of anything except a good horsewhipping was only one step away from armed insurrection. The British reaction of passing the 1799 and 1825 Combination Acts was typical, as was the deportation of Australia of the Tolpuddle Martyrs, a group of agricultural laborers who had dared to form a society with the aim of obtaining better pay and conditions for themselves. Yeah, tough life. We're going to start constructing Nelson's column. Should bring us in a few more gold, a little bit more gold per turn. This army, yeah, it will need 2 more soldiers. I'm not sure why I recruited a militia. Can I recruit... Let's see. Over here, what will I need? I think I need another light troop. And another one of these light infantry. With the gentlemen, we're gonna throw them in the colleges, and they will help in regards to this research. More wealth from farms and less upkeep for all naval units. We're gonna work for farms right now. And I feel like going military should be a priority too, because getting some Royal Scot Greys, there's some really good cavalry here. Foot guards would be strong as well. Coldstream guards, yeah. The elite infantry, basically. Over here, I have no interest. Let's burn it. No, we didn't manage to do it. I'm gonna bring him up north. I am going to take this guy in the north and we'll sack along the way every building that we can, creating some problems for France. Another gentleman has been recruited. What are you good at? A manufacturing owner. Look at these. This is great. Yeah, we're gonna have to split like these troops. We're gonna have to maybe fight this guy. Let's see, can I enlist an admiral? It will cost 1600. All of these are good. Let's take this guy. And I'm gonna try to fight this. Yeah, piece of cake. Let's stack it. Capture it. Good. So now, when I take this ship over, we can embark the agents on it. And we'll take the navy down here. With you, I am bringing you probably north, because we need to transport some troops over. There's another gentleman in Spain. We got really lucky here. And what are you good at? You are for civil technology, so we'll have to bring you back to the north. We need to transport a lot of them in between, and we have another spy here, which we can't transport because we don't have any ships. But we'll build one. Okay. As far as what we do with the money that we have left, I guess I wouldn't say too much for right now. It's autumn now in 1806. Look at this. Look how the map has changed. I do love the lighting of this game. Can't wait for a Napoleon or an Empire too. But that is all the time that we have for today, unfortunately. Until tomorrow, I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I wish you all to have a wonderful day.